Please leave your eyes at the door. You will not need them.
Lord Blood-Rah's Wrackin Auditorium presents the best of old-time radio, horror, and science fiction. Tales of terror and the uncanny that unfold on the stage of your imagination. Come experience the magic of old-time radio horror. Lord Blood-Rah's Wrackin Auditorium is available on Spotify, Apple, Google, and other podcast providers. Lord Blood-Rah's Wrackin Auditorium, when you seek the darkness.
I'm so excited. I'm about to watch one of my favorite horror show hosts, Lord Blood-Rah, and his nerve-wracking theater. But I have a bonus. I can watch it in 8D. I wonder why. Come join me and my friends, won't you? Lord Blood-Rah, Lord Blood-Rah, Lord Blood-Rah, Lord Blood-Rah.
Countdown for blast off. X minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
Welcome to Lord Blood-Rah's nerve-wracking theater.
My lords and ladies, geeks, geekarellas, geekulas, and geekeritas. I am Lord Blood-Rah, and this is Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-Wrackin' Theater. How you doing tonight? Everything good? Folks good? That's good. We've got a movie for you tonight. Yep. And it's from a director whose films we've shown before here in the Nerve-Wrackin' Theater. It's Larry Buchanan. Yes. Larry Zontar, the Thing from Venus, Curse of the Swamp Creature, Buchanan. And really, I've got to say that of all the Larry Buchanan films, this one's probably in the top 50%. So, hang on. Tonight, from 1967, it's the heinous tale of horror and hypnotism, Creature of Destruction. My lords and ladies, I highly suggest you lay in a big supply of your favorite and most comforting beverages and snacks, and we'll all get through this together. Here is Creature of Destruction.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. What is the ultimate science can offer? Truth. One of these truths is this. Hidden within each of us is not only the capacity to love and hate, but to take that final step to be not only a creator, but a destroyer, a mad, unreasoning killer. That final breakdown of our manners, mores, customs, that take us away from the millions of years leading to civilization, back to the animalistic, the monster that lies within each of us. And now, as is my custom, I come to that final prognostication. Dr. Basso predicts. Through the powers of the atavistic and extrasensory perception, I call on Dorina for a prediction. This very night, in our very time, and on the shores of this lake, the prognostication is murder.
Yep. It's murder, all right. We'll be right back. Like monsters? Like horror? Like sci-fi? You'll love Maniac Monster Designs. Stickers, enamel pins, patches, magnets, tees, pillows. Maniac Monster Designs for everything retro, spooky, and fun. You'll find Maniac Monster Designs on eBay, Facebook, Instagram, and at maniacmonsters.com. Now you can have cool monster designs anytime, anywhere with Maniac Monster Designs.
The artist, the poet, the figure model who loves to show it.
His suppose he could be physically attracted to her? No, man, he ain't the type. You don't get enough vitamin E.
All these are beat. All these you'll meet in a bucket of blood.
Let us make the scene. Crazy.
Come, enjoy yourself. Where the hilarious enjoy the horrifying. In a bucket of blood.
No, you're gonna shoot me! Don't shoot!
Come to the land of living dreams, where realists dream of the unreal.
Walter, you've done something to me. Something deep down inside of my prana. Oh, Walter, I want to be with you. You're creative.
Beatniks at their bawdiest. The creative urge at its most primitive.
I'm deeply moved, and I shall compose a poem.
Love is art. Art is love. It's the weirdest and the wildest.
I don't want to make statues anymore. I want to get married. To you.
Feel myself going back to the animal instinct. I lock myself in there with him, feeling that I might do something terrible.
Billy! Billy!
Now back to Creature of Destruction, as our hero enters and Scotty McKay sings Grits Ain't Groceries and Here Comes Batman. Oh. Yeah, Grits Ain't Groceries and Here Comes Batman.
I'd rather be a fly, lie on my baby, stay with her till I die. With a toothpick in my hand, I dig a 10-foot ditch and run through the jungle fighting lions with a switch because you know I love you, baby. Yeah, you know I love you, baby. Well, if I don't love you, baby, grits ain't groceries, eggs ain't poultry, and Mona Lisa was a man. All around the world, I got blisters on my feet. Try to find my baby, bring her home with me. You better run it to me, baby, and be convinced. If you don't love her more, then you ain't got no sense. Because you know I love you, baby. You know I love you, baby. Well, if I don't love you, baby, big ain't groceries, eggs ain't poultry, and Mona Lisa was a man. Oh, love me, baby. forget. I lost all my money, my woman, and my pet. Gotta have you, little baby, little for nothing less. I give up all my good time girls for happiness because you know I love you, baby. Yeah.
Hiya, beautiful. Hey, where's your big sister?
Right behind you! And Mona Lisa was the man.
Hello, darling.
Hello.
You know, it's the other party you were invited to.
Really? I seem to prefer this one.
Are you enjoying your weekend with the Iris?
Frankly, it's pretty heady stuff for a psychologist. Some of those tycoons in there, and your father included, scare the heck out of me.
You want to get away from them for a while?
Oh, now there's a brilliant idea. See what happens when you hang around me?
I'm with you.
Let's go.
Out of the night, it's a black hooded figure. You've broken the law, now he's on your trail. Run, hasten, hurry, and say it started accelerating. Or wind up in the Gotham jail. Here he comes now. Look in the sky. It's a bat signal light. He's the man on the scene in regards to stopping trouble. So don't participate with infractions of the law. Or robbers, thieves, and bandits sure has some apprehensions when contemplating breaking the law. Here he comes now. Look in the sky. It's a bat signal light. Man on the scene in regard to stopping trouble. So don't participate with infractions of the law. Or robber, thieves, and bandits should have some apprehensions when contemplating breaking the law. Here he comes now. Look in the sky. It's a bat signal light. Look in the sky.
Just crazy about that Dr. Basso.
Basso? John Basso?
Do you know him?
I know of him.
Well, he really put on a wild show tonight.
The show?
He took a girl back to her former life. I wish you had been there to see it.
Well, so do I. It's possible.
Really?
Really. Stay here.
What is it, Ted?
Who lives here?
This the honeymoon cottage.
You go back to the lodge. Call the police. Go on. Go on. I'll wait for you here.
Never seen anything like it. Neck broken in two, like a pile driver hit him. Same for her over there.
$120 in here. That lets robbery out.
Seaweed. All the way to the door.
Carpet's wet here. See if you can find me some powder. Well, before we do any damage, we better call the lab boys.
What do you think would make a print like that?
I don't know, a clever man could have forged it.
You think a man did that?
You got any better ideas?
No.
Call the lab boys and wait for them here. I want pictures, lots of them.
It may come back.
What might come back? Come on. Here, have the boys rope off this entire area right down to the water. Come on. How long have the Beasleys been here?
They've only just arrived. Seem like nice kids.
Officer.
Yes, Mrs. Crane.
Officer, I don't know if this is important, but Dr. Basso predicted something terrible would happen along the beach.
Dr. Basso?
An entertainer, a hypnotist. We booked here for the week.
He's a clairvoyant. There was a demonstration, and he said that some creature out of time was hovering over us, more than 1 million years old.
I think we'd better have a talk with this Dr. Basso. Where's he staying?
He's in cabin 47.
We appreciate your cooperation.
Lieutenant Blake.
Yes.
Lieutenant, I'd like to point something out to you. Now, I saw those bodies, and whoever mutilated them has a very special problem.
Yes, I realize that. Tell me something new, Captain.
I am a psychologist.
Well, then, as a psychologist, what is your opinion of this Dr. Basso and his monster theory?
That anything is possible. As a scientist, I keep an open mind.
Yes, Captain, anything is possible. We'll see you in the morning.
All the cool things. You want all the cool things. But where can you find all the cool things? It's all right here at NovemberFire.com. All the cool t-shirts, all the cool DVDs, all the cool masks. Be extra cool and tell them Lord Blood-Rah sent you. All the cool things at NovemberFire.com.
This engine's still warm.
Say, did you see the skid marks out here? They go at a direct right angle to the direction of travel.
No digs in the macadam either. Somebody was hurt. There's blood all over this thing.
What is this black menace that kills everything it sees and hears? No human mind could imagine the enormous destructive power of this maddened, killing thing. If you're young people in love, look out. If you're driving a lonely road, you're as good as dead.
There's been a lot of livestock missing lately. That doesn't make headlines, but now it's people.
Never in the history of the United States, a monster of such size and power and horrifying hatred of man.
Supposing a more powerful form of royal jelly could be obtained. From the queen wasp, for example.
Socially, the queen wasp is on level with the black widow spider.
Oh, no. There might be danger.
Those are my terms, Mr. Fincher. Janice Starlin will be your next guinea pig.
A woman of fantastic desires, sponsoring a scientist with fantastic theories, and demanding fantastic results.
How old do I look? Tell me! How old? 23.
The enzymes, they're going crazy. Miss Darling will kill her and tear her body to shreds.
The actor playing our hypnotist, Dr. Basso, is Les Tremayne. Now, Les Tremayne appeared in the 1953 science fiction classic War of the Worlds, as well as many other films and television series. After this film, he starred in the 1970s Saturday morning TV series Shazam as Billy Batson's mentor, and then went on to do a lot of voice work in animated films. I'm telling you this so that you realize that Les Tremayne had a long and thriving career both before this film and after. So he came out all right, and so will we.
You have been in a deep sleep, a very deep sleep. You will waken. You will feel refreshed. When I touch you, Dorina, you will waken. You will come back to me young and beautiful. I will touch you, and you will waken.
Dr. Basso?
Yes.
Lieutenant Blake, homicide. I want to talk to you. I understand you put on quite a performance for the guests tonight. A honeymoon couple was murdered.
What has that to do with me?
You predicted something would happen in the beach area.
Yes, I had a message. A premonition, if you like.
When did you get this message?
Tonight, during my demonstration. Many times during states of heightened concentration, I receive sensory impulses.
I see. Had you ever been to the couple's cottage or to that particular part of the beach area before tonight?
No.
Mr. Crane said you were talking about a monster.
Yes. There was no doubt in my mind that she would come.
She?
She. A huge, indestructible creature that comes out of the beginning of time. She will strike again and again.
Yeah, sure.
I feel her presence even now.
And she calls to you?
I seem to be the only one who can hear her.
And all this hocus pocus is supposed to be scientific?
The science of ultimate research into the hidden recesses of man's mind.
Yeah, well, right now, Dr. Basso, I'd say you were as good a suspect as any. I don't happen to believe this scientific jazz of yours.
Each man is entitled to his own beliefs, Lieutenant. Mine are on the record.
So I've heard. You believe a monster lurks in each of us.
You've done your homework well, Lieutenant.
I try, Dr. Basso. I try.
I warn you, she will come ashore again.
When?
Alas, I do not know.
That's a lot of help.
I'm back, my darling. When I touch you, you will waken.
What time is it?
After midnight. How do you feel?
You've had me in deep hypnosis, and I asked you not to do that.
You were tired. You needed rest.
I need to get away from here and away from you. I feel like I've been dead, and you do that again, and I'm going to leave you sitting here like a piece of clay.
You will never leave me. You cannot.
Someday I will.
Dorina, you mustn't talk that way. You are not only necessary to my psychic researches, you are necessary to me as a man. We are one. We are inseparable. Soon we will be rich, famous, powerful. The hate you now feel will turn to love. Dorina, close your eyes. You will never leave me. As long as I live, I will possess you. Something beyond yourself makes you need me. Do you understand?
I understand.
I found you in the gutter. What were you before I found you, Dorina?
Nothing.
I gave you a new life. Soon a more magnificent life will be ours. Now listen closely. There was an accident tonight here at Tanglewood.
Good morning, Ted.
Good morning.
You know, Lieutenant Blake seems to be a nice guy. Efficient. Has anything turned up yet?
Nope.
Some folks think Basso had something to do with it. Do you? No, of course not. He lucked out with that prediction. I don't believe in that junk. Do you?
Research has proven that some people have the ability to see into the future. Precognition, we call it.
Oh. Well, then, maybe he's got it. Look at that front page. Ted, you're brilliant in your line. Psychic research, whatever that is.
We merely try to explain the unexplainable.
I'm a simple man. I know only one way to judge a man's brilliance, and that's by the size of his bank account.
In that case, I'd rank right along with the village idiot.
Nothing to it, making money. All you've got to do is want it more than the next guy. Why, even in my retirement, I play a little game every day with a newspaper. I look the front page over very carefully, searching for an item that I think might make me some money. Does it work? Sometimes. There's $1 million idea in this headline. Read the last paragraph.
Beach couple found murdered. One baffling aspect of the case concerns Dr. John Basso, who's himself an investigative hypnotist. Last night at Tanglewood, a country club resort owned by the retired wealthy investor Sam Crane, Dr. Basso predicted that something horrible would happen on the beach area. He was questioned by police, but not held. You see a fortune in that?
I smell money in it, and it's right up your alley. It's yours as a wedding present.
You're not serious.
I couldn't be more serious. Why, we can take this two-bit sideshow man and make him into the greatest thing in the country. We'll put on a publicity campaign till everybody's talking about him. We'll manage him. We'll publish Basso books, syndicate columns, book him on the lecture tour, TV shows. Ted, there's money in this prediction. Big money. And between us, we can do it.
And where do I fit in?
Why, you give him the stamp of approval, Ted. Captain Theodore Dell, young psychologist, says Basso's experiment's amazing. Opens a whole new avenue into the understanding of the subconscious. Why, it's the kind of escape stuff the whole world's crying for. Look at my wife and her friends. Ted, it's a natural. Why, it'll be a lark for me and money for you.
Sorry, Sam. I wouldn't touch that kind of money.
Wait till it starts piling up. That'll take care of your scruples.
I've been trained to fight this sort of thing, not make a living from it.
You'll get the hang of it.
Well, you count me out.
Ted, my daughter's going to need money. I have no intentions of supporting her and her husband. Why don't you go look at the act tonight? When you see him in action, you might change your mind.
You mean after what's happened, you're going to stage another one of the...
Oh, sure. The show must go on. So think it over, Teddy boy. Think it over. Brilliant. Just brilliant.
Please leave your eyes at the door. You will not need them.
Lord Blood-Rah's nerve-wracking auditorium presents the best of old-time radio, horror, and science fiction. Tales of terror and the uncanny that unfold on the stage of your imagination. Come experience the magic of old-time radio horror. Lord Blood-Rah's nerve-wracking auditorium is available on Spotify, Apple, Google, and other podcast providers. Lord Blood-Rah's nerve-wracking auditorium, when you seek the darkness.
Into a world not yet known, in spaceships of the future, these men of courage and daring set out to conquer the universe beyond the known world, facing unbelievable dangers on every side.
We're being pulled into the sun.
Meeting new adventures in undreamed of places.
Mars.
Lost and trapped in space, with no hope of return.
We've consumed too much of the fuel.
They have not yet faced the ultimate horror the planet Astar has to offer.
Look there.
An unidentified object was picked up 200 miles southwest of Point Barrow, Alaska. Height, 75,000 feet. Estimated speed, 5,000 miles per hour. White warning. 7:54. First interceptor flight airborne. Point of interception, 80 miles due west of San Francisco, California. 7:55. Unidentified object past point of interception. Red warning. The account of a handful of people who in the course of one desperate night fought off an unknown, unseen menace from another world. Doubly terrifying because it was invisible.
Is that you, Doctor?
Morning, Lieutenant. Hi, Nick. Coroner's report?
Yeah. Strangulation. Neck bones were mutilated to a pulp.
Any idea of the weapon used?
Well, it was like a...
Good morning.
Morning.
Coffee?
Yes, Mason, please. Well, it was like a steel hook, just tore him apart.
Any special marks?
Well, the imprint of a talon on the back of the necks.
A talon?
A talon, like an eagle. Anything from the lab?
Well, not much. No prints. Just some salt water stains, some sand, some seaweed. Nothing of value missing. No evidence of anyone having been in the room.
Well, do they have any idea what caused the prints?
Not a one.
This case gives me the creeps. I think we're up against a...
Now, don't tell me. Let me guess. You think we're up against a monster. Science fiction stuff. But very good business.
Entree. How long have you been in this racket?
Still a non-believer, huh?
Oh, save that for the paying guests.
I assure you, I have been in communication with your thoughts.
Oh? Well then, suppose you tell me why I came.
You wish to discuss business with me?
Good guess.
That was no guess, Mr. Crane.
Fine, but let's not haggle. How would you like to be a rich man?
I would like that very much.
You've got something to sell. People pay for class. All this beats Coney Island, doesn't it? Television will pay top dollar for your act.
I have no act. I have knowledge.
Attaboy. Keep a straight face. Hit 'em hard. Now, our deal goes down the middle, 50-50. I'll back you until the thing gets rolling. Well, what do you say?
I accept.
Our deal begins as of now. We'll get the ball rolling tonight. I'm having some important people in. A newspaper man, a publisher, a psychologist, Dr. Dell.
Captain Dell? The young Air Force psychologist?
The same. He's a national hero. And if we can get his endorsement, we've got it made. Now play it big. Give them some more of that out-of-the-world stuff. And they love it. Give them more predictions, big ones. Another murder.
She will come out of the lake again. And she must kill.
Attaboy. Make them shiver.
They should. In my hands lies a power that has been given to no other man.
Boy, you are a salesman. Nothing like self-confidence. Now, this is business. Big business. I'll have the papers drawn up right away. Your contract will be with my daughter. It's a sort of a surprise wedding present for her. Oh, by the way, how much time will you need to set up any gadgets?
I use no gadgets, Mr. Crane.
All right. I'll see you tonight. Make it big. I don't care what you do as long as we shake 'em.
The door has opened for us, Dorina. We shall pass through it together, and your loveliness will sweep a triumphant path before us. I will touch you, and you will awaken. Eureka. Capitaine.
Evidently, I've missed out. Who's that?
His assistant. Her name is Dorina.
She's beautiful.
Folks, we have a very unusual act tonight. It's showtime, and may I present Dr. Basso.
Ladies, gentlemen, it has been my very good fortune to find in this young lady the perfect hypnotic subject. Tonight, I will reveal the secret of life. You will now drift back through time and space. You will leave your present body and journey back.
She's trying to resist him.
What?
And now for that phase of my work that has earned me such names as fraud and charlatan. I am privileged tonight to have in my audience one of the country's most promising parapsychologists, Captain Theodore Dell. I'm sure many of you are familiar with his work in combat psychosis. Dr. Dell represents the school of applied psychology, my most outspoken critics. I invite him to join me tonight on the platform so that he may expose me as a fraud. Doctor?
Well, thank you for a very nice introduction, but I think I'll sit this one out.
The doctor refuses?
Go on, Ted. Go on up.
Now, you will find this most interesting. I will now prove that life is one unbroken chain, that it is endless, that we have been given continuous life, perpetual life. Tonight, I will take Dorina, an ordinary American girl, back through time and space to her former existence as Marion Rose. We will journey together back into history, 300 years. Would you care to question the subject? Dorina, you will hear this man's voice.
I understand.
You will answer any questions he asks you, fully and truthfully.
I will.
She's all yours, Captain.
Just a moment, Captain. I have a question. Did your agent tell you this was a Larry Buchanan film? The reason I ask is this role couldn't have paid very much. Most of Larry Buchanan's films were micro-budget remakes of A.I.P. science fiction films made just a decade earlier, but these films were made to air on television. As a matter of fact, this film we're watching tonight is a remake of 1956's The She-Creature. Now, according to an article written about Larry Buchanan in the Texas Monthly, A.I.P.'s instructions to him on making these films were, we want cheap color pictures, we want them 80 minutes long, and we want them now. Larry Buchanan followed instructions. We'll be right back.
Vincent Price, and you're invited to my party in the house on Haunted Hill, where so far the ghosts have murdered only 7 people. So won't you come and make it 8? You'll see human heads without bodies. Mysterious pools of blood dripping from the ceiling. The walls move slowly in against you. Don't try to escape, you can't. You ready, dear?
No.
Are you ready, dear?
Yes, damn you.
The ghosts are waiting, so won't you join me in the house on Haunted Hill? Hurry, or you'll be late for your own funeral.
Take 2. Everybody, but everybody, is going to our Ghost-a-Go-Go show. Already the spooks are swinging, the witches are winging, the haunts are on the move. The monsters are swaying, the ghosts are saying, come on, get in the groove. And come to our rock and roll Ghost-a-Go-Go show. It's a zany mixture of spooks and music with the beat. You may rock with chills or roll with the combos. But whatever you do, you'll have the time of your young life at our Ghost-a-Go-Go show. It's new, it's different, it's tough.
Terror creatures from the grave.
Avenge me! I've summoned you! Avenge me!
Go back to the dead!
In a dreadful night of reckoning, the forces of darkness strike with blood-freezing horror.
You're here.
Nightmare of diabolical happenings, conceived in a murder-haunted house of blood by the maniac called Geronimus, a dead man with the monstrous power to return from his grave.
I tell you, it was my father. I saw him.
What are you saying? Can't you see the boat is empty?
Look! Look! There's water dripping from the oars.
A bone-chilling shocker, inspired by Edgar Allan Poe.
No!
Terror Creatures from the Grave, starring Barbara Steele.
As we return to Creature of Destruction, Captain Dell is questioning the lovely and hypnotized Dorina to find out if Dr. Basso is a fraud.
Where were you born?
Chicago.
Were your parents born in America?
Yes.
What national blood strains do you carry?
Belgian, Dutch, and French.
No English?
No.
Did your parents or your grandparents ever live in England?
No.
Have you ever been to England?
No.
Have you ever been especially interested in English literature or history?
No.
You are now traveling back through time, through space, farther and farther back into the past. Stop when you wish, when you see something familiar. Do you wish to stop now?
Yes.
Tell me where you are now.
In my father's study.
What is your father's name?
Ronald Welford Rhodes.
Where is your father's house located?
Oxenham Road in London.
What is your name?
Marion Ann Rhodes.
And the day and the year?
Sunday, October 12, in the year of our Lord, 1618.
You are smiling, Marion. Why?
Captain Anthony Meade is due, and he's going to ask for my hand in marriage.
You will hear another voice, Marion. You may answer that voice.
The year is 1618. Who is your reigning monarch?
James.
Is he a beloved monarch?
No. Hated. Feared.
Who is Sir Edward Coke?
Was Chief Justiciar till James had him deposed.
When was that?
Last year, in November.
Who is Frances Howard?
Divorced wife of the Earl of Essex, now wife of the Lord Chamberlain, the Earl of Somerset.
Upon what horse granted?
'Twas said she was possessed by witches.
Remarkable?
Impressive, but hardly convincing.
I have shown you one phase of my work. Marion Rhodes has related names and events that can be validated. But there are still more frontiers to be explored. However, the demonstration is over for tonight. I am being informed that the creature that visited the beach house will return again tonight. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Dorina's very tired. She needs rest. So if you will please excuse us.
Doctor?
Well, Captain, what do you think of my experiment?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I don't know. So if you don't mind, I would like to borrow your assistant, Dorina, for my own examination.
In the interest of science, I'm more than willing. Now, if you'll excuse me, I think I'll get some air.
I don't feel alone in this world of lonely people. I'm sure I've found just where it's at. I've played at love and lost, but I'm not certain that's a reason to be so unhappy that I don't
wanna live. Life goes on. I don't feel alone in this world of lonely people. Still I found just where it's at. Afraid at love and loss, but I'm not certain that's a reason to be so unhappy that I don't wanna live. Life goes on, it goes
Wow, that Scotty McKay knows how to make an entrance and an exit, doesn't he? Rides in on his motorcycle, does one song, rides out again, and gets mauled to death by a sea monster. The only problem with that is, after that, what do you do for an encore?
From the depths of hell comes The Devil's Messenger, starring the master of mystery Lon Chaney and Karen Cannon.
You could be my messenger. You'd have to go back. Up there.
No, I can't. I won't go back.
You'll deliver that to a Mr. Donald Powell. Don't be afraid of me.
The Devil's Messenger delivers gifts from hell, turning man into a ravaging beast.
I took a picture of that old farmhouse. There's nobody in the picture. You saw it. Was there anybody in it?
No, there wasn't.
Somebody has come out of that house, and they're coming toward me.
Back from the dead, his lovely victim seeks revenge for her horrible death at the hands of a man driven mad by a gift from hell. Trapped in her icy tomb, until the Devil's Messenger exposed her nakedness in her crystal prison.
Now let's get down to here.
She becomes the object of a scientist's lust. His consuming desire for her drives him to commit murder to keep her for himself. Not since Eve received the apple have gifts inflicted such unnatural consequences.
Tonight at midnight, you will be dead.
Just how do you intend to kill me?
I've no idea. I don't even know you.
The crystal ball foreshadows doom, for it is the plaything of the devil, and only he can change the events it foresees. You must see what the devil's messenger has in store for you.
I was surprised her in her room. She was not alone. With my own hands, I killed her.
Starring Boris Karloff.
Take this gun. Escort this gentleman from the castle. If he resists, kill him.
The Terror. His evil mystic powers go beyond man's wildest imaginings. The Terror, empowered to avenge, to reward, to transform.
I do love you.
Is she a blood and flesh beauty a man can enjoy?
I am possessed of the dead.
Or is she a gossamer myth, created by a madman's distorted desires?
Take your life as you took mine, and bring us together forever.
Join Boris Karloff, the Frankenstein monster of all horror motion pictures, in his most blood-chilling screen experience.
One of the boys got a glimpse of the whatever it is. Our artist did a work up there. Ever seen anything like that?
No?
Possibly fear of the unknown coupled with some strange sound made him think he saw that thing when all he really saw was a patch of fog.
Possibly.
You're not much help.
Lieutenant, stop fighting the truth. It is just as possible the boy saw the soul of a living woman, transmigrated to her first primitive body.
I know, 1,000,000 years old.
Perhaps more. Simply because you've never seen such a thing, don't deny that it can exist.
It exists only in your publicity-seeking imagination.
Think what you will, but the boy saw it.
That's so you're just this far away from being booked.
On what charge? Being in communication with the occult world? Lieutenant, because of my publicity-seeking imagination, I find myself with an extremely heavy schedule. So if you don't mind, I will excuse you.
You know, Dorina, you're not to be out by yourself.
Basso, please. Please let me go. You can get another assistant. There are lots of girls.
No, my dear. There are not lots of girls. There's only you.
I'd go away quietly. I wouldn't tell anyone your secrets.
You will do as I say. You will sleep and rest. Rest. You will understand and do as I say. Dr. Dell is going to come to talk to you. He will try to hypnotize you. You must resist this. You will resist. He is our enemy. He is trying to destroy us. Your beauty must not be destroyed. It is mine to do with as I will. You will love me as I love you. Now I must go. You do remember all I've said to you?
Yes.
Well, good afternoon. You, certainly picked a hot spot for our first session. You know, I'd hoped to place you under hypnosis, but I hardly think this is the place.
It wouldn't do you any good. You can't hypnotize me.
You've been instructed to resist me. I see. Look, you must understand, I want to help you. Get you back to a real life. You've been living in the shadow.
Just ask the questions, Doctor.
Well, our book's going to the printer. Closed a deal with Beale Syndicate this morning. And next month, 350 newspapers serialize the Marion Road story. How do you like that for a quick profit?
I salute you.
Not I. It's that sales ability of yours.
Oh, it's much more than just sales ability.
Oh, sure.
Mr. Crane, I think it's time we split 60-40 in my favor.
Oh, just a minute.
I don't have a minute. It's 60-40 or nothing.
Well, I guess we can arrange something satisfactorily.
I'm sure we can. Oh, yes, it's not a good idea to allow your family to go to the beach.
Doc, don't press your luck. You better lay off that prediction stuff. One miss, and our profits take a nosedive.
I'm certain our good fortune will continue.
Same MO?
I know it's Paso.
If I said that, you'd say I wasn't taking the scientific approach.
It's gotta be. Two young kids, wrong place at the wrong time. But I'll get him. I'll get him.
Were you asleep when it happened?
The last thing I remember was Dr. Basso saying good night.
Had he put you into a deeper state of hypnosis?
Yes, he said I needed the rest.
Do you remember anything after he put you into that state?
Nothing. It's like I've been dead.
How do you feel now?
Very tired. As if I'd been doing something very strenuous.
Strange. I would think that, well, you'd feel rested.
I know I should. I never do. Ted?
Well, go on.
There's something wrong with me. I have the ability to kill.
Most of us do.
I don't mean that. There's something else.
Can you tell me?
No.
You do know that you have to get away from him. You need to be weaned away from him. It'll take time. It's like getting rid of an infectious disease.
Why are you wasting your time on me?
Am I? Wasting my time?
Yes.
May I? I want to talk to you, Dorina. You heard about those 2 kids tonight?
Yes.
The whole town's in an uproar. I'm up against a stone wall, stymied. 5 innocent people killed, not a sign of a human. Dorina, in my business, we have to be blunt. Somehow I know Basso's guilty. I just know it.
That sounds like an accusation.
You bet your life it is.
Any evidence?
No evidence, no proof, no nothing. Yet I know Basso hates the whole world and everybody in it, except himself. I believe he'd set a match to the whole thing if he could. Well, what do you think?
About Basso?
About Basso.
I don't have any answers there either.
Look, I want you to conduct a clinical examination of Basso. Use some of your own experts.
Now, that's impossible. Lieutenant, let me tell you something. Parapsychology is in its infancy. We don't prove, we don't disprove. We merely investigate. Now, this sort of thing could bloom into a full-grown carnival, and that's right up Basso's alley.
The DA wants it.
Well, what you need is a few more policemen with some magnifying glasses.
Look, I can subpoena you if necessary.
Check with my CO.
Already have.
Will you talk to Basso?
I've done that, too. He'd be delighted.
He would?
Uh-huh. The rest is up to you.
It's brand new. Positively has never been shown at this theater before. Don't miss Dr. Satan's Shriek in the Night.
Jesse James, you will need it.
Your bullets can't hurt me.
Now back to Creature of Destruction, as more murders have occurred, and Mr. Moneybags is starting to grow a conscience.
That business last night, I didn't like it.
It was terrible.
It was coincidence, wasn't it?
You wanted to be coincidence?
Of course.
You will never believe. You brought the new contacts? Yes, this appears to be much more satisfactory.
Well, don't depend on any more changes. There's going to be an investigation this afternoon, a bunch of head shrinkers.
An investigation?
I'll try to stall it off.
Why? This is what I want. Official recognition.
Listen, these are not hysterical women. These are real doctors.
I am a real doctor.
Oh, come off it. Don't give me that stare. I can look right back at you. And you know what I see? I see a cheap fortune teller with delusions of grandeur.
You shouldn't have said that. But you're a stupid man.
Well, maybe I am. Anyway, business is business, and I'm sorry I blew up.
It makes no difference.
I've got some television people in tonight for the demonstration. I'll try to line up a network spot for you.
You have relived part of your life as Marion Rhodes.
Relived part of your life.
Now you may rest. You will go into a deep sleep.
The details which you have heard have proven to be accurate. After the last demonstration, I sent a cable to England. There is a grave with the headstone reading Marion Ann Rhodes, 1600 to 1651.
Could have been planted.
If she could be rehearsed. Perhaps you have created only a vaudeville act.
That's very flattering. Could anyone have rehearsed the intimate details of her life in 17th century England? Her speech, her mannerisms? Every statement this girl has made has been proven, consequent to its having been made.
She may have read extensively.
Not so. She is no scholar. She never finished school. Her life is a matter of record. Is that not so, Lieutenant Blake?
Yes.
Do you think this is a hoax, Ted?
My mind is open.
Gentlemen, it is quite simple. As men of science, you must know that anything that will shatter a long-held concept is usually rejected. I have taken this girl back to a life she led 300 years ago. I can take her even farther back. Say, to the moment of her soul's creation.
Can you materialize her into a maniac that goes around the beach killing?
Was that supposed to be a joke?
Did it sound like a joke? I want some answers, Basso.
Well, we all do. But this is a somewhat scientific examination, not a courtroom.
I do not see how we can accomplish anything further.
You cannot see because you do not want to see. I thought I wanted recognition from you. But now that I realize the truth, it means nothing to me.
This has been impressive, but meaningless. Thank you, Doctor, for a very interesting afternoon. Yes.
Doctor?
Thank you, Doctor.
And what I said about Basso still goes. But it's still just an opinion, Ted.
I know. But it's still one of the best opinions around.
What is it you want me to do?
Get rid of him.
Good evening, stranger.
Lynn, Ted thinks that we should dissolve our business with Basso. It'll make $1 million. It's a nice nest egg for you two.
Thanks for the offer. I'm sure I'll never have another like it.
What's gotten into that boy? Here now. Everything's going to be all right.
It doesn't matter. We'll be leaving the country tomorrow.
I'm not going.
You will be going.
I'm staying with Ted.
You will do as I say.
Oh, no. I found the strength to resist you. Ted's given it to me.
If I were not confident of our love, I wouldn't allow Dr. Dell to see you. You are mine. No one will ever take you away from me. You are mine, and I am yours. You do understand that, and believe it.
Doctor!
Mr. Crane.
Everybody's here. I have some very important people I want you to meet. They're interested.
Wait here.
I'm aware that right now you're in his power. Dorina, if you can hear me, let me know. You must realize that even now you have the power within you to resist him. I'll help you. Together we'll fight him. Dorina, if you can resist him publicly, he'll have to let you go. Dorina, listen very carefully to me. It is Ted. It's Ted. I want you to be free. You must fight against Basso. I can help you. As he speaks to you, my own thoughts will join with yours.
Good evening, Captain.
Good evening.
If you will excuse us, it's time to begin.
Look at that. That is the look of raw determination. The look of total and unwavering mental concentration. Either that or he's regretting the fish and chips he had for lunch. We'll be right back.
From ancient Genesis to the modern screen, is the name written in blood. Ega!
If I could just call you on the phone. The code of the ghost got the sign of the toad. Nobody lives on the Brownsville Road.
Thrill to the newest recording star, Artaud Jr.
Oh, they're screaming this way.
See ravishing Marilyn Manning in a thrilling, chilling story. The last of the prehistoric giants sees his first girl.
Noah. And
Curious newsmen search deep in giant country for the last of the ancient cavemen. See a tough giant tamed by the soft hands of his captive woman. See him sacrifice his ageless beard for her love. Then lose her to a boy in a dune buggy, escaping a burning desert.
Egar's primitive passion was love or kill. Hear Egar talk, the ancient language of love, used at the beginning of time. See Egar.
May I present Dr. Basso.
Good evening. I trust that those of you who have witnessed my demonstrations realize that the purpose is education, not entertainment. You will close your eyes in a deep, refreshing sleep. Your eyes are heavy. You are in a state of complete repose. I will count to 4, and you will close your eyes in sleep. 1, 2, 3, 4. My subject is not herself tonight. She is too tense. You are tense. Relax. Relax. I think we are ready to try again. You want to sleep. You are very tired. You want a pleasant sleep. Your eyes are very heavy. You are falling into a deep sleep. I'm talking to you, Dorina. Where were you born? Where were you born?
Is everything all right?
What's this all about, Crane?
It's part of the act.
Ladies and gentlemen, my subject is disturbed tonight. Her world is disturbed. I feel a menace to the people of this resort. I urge you all to leave Tanglewood and return to your homes.
Give me your attention, please. I'm Lieutenant Blake, Police Department. I want everyone to do as Dr. Basso says, in an orderly manner. Now, go to your cars. When everyone is in a car, leave together. Stay together. I have men all along the road. Let's go. Condition 3, I have everyone here organized for convoy to town. Send a car for escort, and I'll stay here.
Hasn't this thing gone far enough?
Have it your way. But you remember that I warned all of you.
All right, no, bring her out of it.
Are you ordering me?
Bring her out of it immediately.
Suppose you get her out of it yourself. You pretend to be the expert.
Assume the position and open your minds wide. It's time for your cranial cavity search. Yes, my lords and ladies, the cranial cavity search. Here's a chance for you great geeks out there to prove your geek cred by showing what you know. And tonight's cranial cavity search question is: B-movie master Roger Corman made a very popular series of films in the 1960s based on stories by Edgar Allan Poe. But one of the films he made during that period was actually based on an H.P. Lovecraft story, even though it had a Poe-inspired title. Which of these films is actually based on an H.P. Lovecraft story? A. The Haunted Palace. B. Premature Burial. C. Tales of Terror. Or D. Mask of the Red Death. Which of these films is actually based on an H.P. Lovecraft story? And which of these commercials will finally drive you into a Lovecraftian nightmare? And the answer to tonight's cranial cavity search question: which of these films was actually based on an H.P. Lovecraft story, even though it had an Edgar Allan Poe inspired title? It was A. The Haunted Palace. Roger Corman had already done House of Usher, The Pit and the Pendulum, and The Raven, and wanted to take a bit of a break from the Edgar Allan Poe stories. So he proposed to do The Case of Charles Dexter Ward by H.P. Lovecraft. American International Pictures gave him the green light, but took the title of a Poe poem, The Haunted Palace, and marketed the film with that title. Guess they didn't want to take any chances. But now, on to the conclusion of Creature of Destruction, as the aforementioned creature rises from the water again for more destruction.
All right, come on over here. Everybody is. Take a good look now. There he is. Get him. Stop! Put her down. Stand away. Dorina and I were together, at least in spirit. Your interference made her waver. You killed that spirit.
What do you gain by killing me? The worst you can be charged with is accessory to murder.
I gain the satisfaction that the one who shattered my world pays for the offense.
No! No!
Oh, Dorina. I cannot let you leave me. In this ugly world, you were all that mattered to me. Soon we will be together. In spirit. Again.
I'd like to believe that I got through to her, but we'll never know. One way or another, she destroyed the creature. She knew that the creature was some sort of physical link to her past. In destroying herself, the creature could not exist. She searched for freedom and found violence, terror, destruction, greed. Was Basso right? Is there a monster lurking within each of us? Waiting.
I'd like to believe the audience enjoyed this movie, but we'll never know. One way or another, they got through it. They knew it was a Larry Buchanan film, and yet they risked their very sanity to watch it all. I searched for movies to present on the Wrackin Theater, and found schlock, cheese, the craptacular, and the campy. Am I crazy to love these films? Oh well, what are you going to do? As always, I am Lord Blood-Rah saying, geek out.